This boat was designed to have half a person sitting right here.
Half a person?
Yep. Because obviously we don't always have a companion.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Well, if you're sailing on your own, you should better have long arms, because you should lay the seat back. You should get back basically as far back as you can in the boat. Like one person can virtually never sit far enough aft in these boats. And if you have the companion, well, the opposite's true. The companion should try and sit well forward, and the helm should be well forward in the boat if you're sailing with two people. And that's because the boat was designed with 1.5 people in it.
Does weight of the helm make a difference? Like, if you weigh, say, 185 pounds, you don't have to go back as far as, say, somebody like me who weighs 140.
A little bit, Andy, but the thing is, you virtually can never get far enough back. Like the heavy guy might be able to get far enough back. You're never going to be able to get far enough back unless you grow your arms another 6 inches. So, and that applies a little bit upwind, but it applies especially downwind. You want your weight all the way back if you're sailing by yourself. Yeah, and it's just you can't get far enough aft. So if you just think, okay, well, it's something that I sort of say to people. Well, if you get into once you're uncomfortable, you're probably in the right place. You know, you say, you're nice and comfortable now. Well, yeah. Well, then you're in the wrong place.
So the settings, I think there's 3 options where you can have your seat.
Yeah.
So you should have it as far back as you can comfortably.
As far back as you can, as you can manage to effectively manage the controls, and then lay the seat back. You know, like leave the seat back.
What
It's
you do is find a 50-pound anchor and then put it in the back seat for me.
yeah. Interestingly enough, these boats are relatively, they're amazingly insensitive to more or less weight on the boat. You know, those of us that have sailed dinghies, you know, we're used to being sort of totally paranoid about, you know, cutting half the handle off your toothbrush before we go on the race to Maui. But these boats, they're relatively insensitive to weight on the boat, but they are somewhat sensitive to the fore and aft location of the weight.
So the fastest is to take a small kid with you.
No, the fastest is probably to sail lighter, is probably a little faster in most conditions, but just staying as far back as you can. So, and remember, the time that makes a difference is downwind, not upwind.